The SABC has launched a mobile news app that will provide access to daily breaking news stories and updates, as well as live streaming of the SABC News channel. App users will also be able to listen live to any of the broadcaster's 19 radio stations. It's ready for download on the Android store or on iOS. For more on this, I'm joined by Tegan Bedser, SABC Digital Media Specialist and Network Senior Producer Siphumelele Zondi. Thanks both so much for your time. So for me, the most exciting thing about that app as I'm playing with it is that I can watch television live.
Absolutely. You can access the DSTV channel 404 live, and you don't have to be a DSTV subscriber. So anyone can download the app and they can watch it live. So in addition to those live stream, the live stream, we can also watch live streams from our YouTube channel. And all the latest news clips, interviews, programs, also from our YouTube channel there too.
And on top of that, you can also get access to all SABC radio stations as well. As we know that we have radio stations in all South African languages, Channel Africa as well, which broadcasts in French, Swahili, and other languages as well. So you can have access to news in any language, really, in a pocket.
And I think the most exciting thing about that as well, you don't have to wait until you get home or you log onto a computer somewhere. There's the app in front of us. Just talk us through the features there and what the most exciting part of that is for you.
So in terms of the feature-wise, I need to make mention that this is the pilot version. It's the first launch. There's going to be much, much more to come. But right now, what you can get is the latest news from our news website, and you can listen to the radio stations live, all of the SABC radio stations live, and you can watch our live stream from DSTV channel 404, as well as our YouTube videos.
Siphumelele, this is something that you deal with in your show network, news on the go, and also merging of all the different SABC platforms and resources.
That's the thing, because as you say, they're all merged in one, right? It's convergence, and that's what technology allows us to do. Because as you rightfully said, the viewer or the listener of an SABC radio station does not want to wait to get home in order to get all this information. If you pause, for example, you're having your busy day, you want to listen to a radio station, you don't have access to radio, it's there on the app. You want to watch the news, you don't have access to a TV station, it's there on the app. If you want to read something as well, it's also there on the app, because reading allows you to then expand on certain issues and write a little bit more broader.
It feels like this is the right time for the app launch because it's elections. People want to know what's happening every second as we build up and obviously as the results start trickling in. How is the app going to deal with that?
So right now we already have some elections content already on the app. We've got a special item on the menu, the main menu, which says elections, and our audiences can access election content there. It's not just text, it's multimedia, it's videos, it's live streams. But when it comes to the all-important election week, that's going to change a little bit more. So the elections data and the elections information, the results are all going to come through, and our audiences can access all of that very data-rich content, which can explain the results in a very user-friendly way as well too. It's not going to overcomplicate things, but it'll give you all of the election information in an instant.
Data is a big issue. Data is expensive. We're always complaining about the cost of it. This app is using live streaming. If I'm watching and saying I want to access it, but I don't also want a sky-high data bill, or I don't have to be recharging too much.
The thing is, the country is working on those issues and lowering data costs. That's something, unfortunately, we can't help you with at this particular moment. The good thing is that you don't have to pay subscription prices that you would with satellite TV, for example. You can now get it on the app, on your phone. Unfortunately, yes, data is still quite high in South Africa, but there are players who are in that space who are trying to work on lowering those prices.
And you were also saying to me earlier on, although you can't change the price of data, there's ways that you're looking at managing those costs.
Absolutely. So we're going to have data management functions on the app so that you can decide whether you want to watch something offline, for example. And then in the future, we're also considering data-free options, because as a public broadcaster, it's our mandate. We must provide information to the South African audiences. So we are considering those options, and they're going to be part of the future rollouts.
And there's also a collaboration with the users of the app as well, because if they feel that certain things need to be changed and need to be worked on a little bit, if they feel that maybe there's a method that it can be cheaper, then maybe they can collaborate with the SABC and tell us what their views are in that regard.
Thanks both so much for your time. Tegan Bedser, SABC Digital Media Specialist and Network Senior Producer and Presenter, Siphumelele Zondi, joining me in studio about that SABC News app. It's available on iOS and Android as well for you to download. Now,